Hey everyone, this is Rob,
Hey, Michelle.
and welcome to Bunebape, your weekly podcast on everything you need to know about old school RuneScape. Arr. All right, so this week up on the Sprocket, of course, as always, we're going to be starting off with stuff that we have been up to this week.
Yep, in real life in a game.
Yeah, so we'll be going over that and then going right into the biggest patch of all time.
Biggest yet this year, for sure, for sure, for sure.
Yeah, definitely a really small patch this week, and there's really nothing else to talk about besides that, as well as some leaked stuff for Varlamore. Well, not leaked, but teased stuff for Varlamore, which is coming out pretty soon.
hmm
And then we'll be, of course, going over our Q&A, and if you want to participate in our Q&A, feel free to ask us questions anywhere, but especially the best place would be discord.gg/boonbape, where we have a questions channel, so feel free to ask us anything about video games, any video game, or real life.
Yeah, for sure.
But before we get into all that, Michelle, how's it going?
It's going really well. I got a couple levels this week. I got 99 fishing. Yeah.
Nice. Another 99.
Kind of forgot I did that. I did that on Friday during the last week on the Boonefest fundraising whenever I was doing a Sandwich Lady cosplay, so that was fun. I also got a level in construction. I'm up to 87 because
How'd you do it?
I had a bunch of curved and long bones in my neck.
Oh, okay.
So I didn't actually even skill it.
Oh,
But it counts. I didn't
yeah.
realize, oh my god, I leveled and it said that I have 3 mil XP. And I was like, oh my god,
You're
this
like,
is
oh
so
my,
low.
that's like only 5 hours of like doing oak
How
larders
much
or
can you
something.
get? Isn't it like 300k?
No, it's like, well, if you do oak dungeon doors, I think it's like 500k or something if you're perfect. Maybe
So
like
20
four or
hours.
500k.
20 hours of doing tick perfect construction.
20 hours, it's
I'm
six.
10 mil away.
You said three.
I'm at 3 right now.
Oh,
It's
you're
13
at
mil.
three. Oh,
No, I'm like
okay.
really far away.
Yeah,
I only have 3 million total construction. Like, that's pretty bad.
yeah, that is pretty low. But I
Yeah, it's
mean,
my lowest skill.
that's if you want to do Oak Dungeon Doors, which is like some of the cheapest stuff, then it's that slow. But I mean, you can get much higher rates. So
Okay, yeah, I'll look into it because
yeah,
I just want to get base 90 still.
yeah.
It's the only skill I have under 90.
I think I want to double check it because I don't even remember how,
How much XP you can
yeah, how
get?
much XP I was getting because it's like okay, so yeah, I was about right. Like around 400k, and if you have the butler, up to 550k. So I think my 400k estimate was around where I was.
Okay.
Yeah,
I just know I'm not good at super clicky stuff for long periods of time, so maybe I could get like 100k before I got bored,
yeah. I
which
mean,
would be more than I've made like this year. So,
if you think about it, if you only do it for like I don't know 10 minutes a day, it wouldn't take that long still.
yeah,
But
that's true. I need to not think of it so extreme, like I have to do it
yeah,
for 20 hours.
the
Just
thing
think
is,
like a little bit at a time because
I
I'm
f-
not doing any right now.
yeah, I feel like I get into like a rhythm whenever I'm training stuff.
That's what
Like
Lynn was saying when she was on the other week too.
yeah, exactly. So like I
hmm
feel like if I just go for like 10 minutes is too short. I feel like a good short amount of time would be like 20 because it takes like kind of like 5 to get into it and
hmm
then you can just go for 15 after that and then, that's a pretty good amount of that's a couple 100,000 XP, so.
Yeah, I've also been thinking I really want to do some mahogany homes too because I like green logging stuff. Like I'm really, really interested in collection logging, so that'd be good to go. But I've heard that it takes a long time to get some of the slots for mahogany homes.
Uh yeah.
Which, to be fair, I mean I'm low construction, so I'm sure I'll get before 99 at least.
Yeah, it's kind of I was doing it on in leagues a lot.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad in leagues, but it's just like weird.
Yeah.
You have to bring your own stuff. Feels weird.
It's not that bad, but it's kind of weird. Honestly, like I like it at first, but I like the like dungeon doors more long term just
hmm
because I don't have to think about it and I kind of just like, get like zone
In the
out.
zone.
Yeah, exactly. I just like zone out doing it, so it's like not a big deal, but having to like kind of pay attention and then the mostly for me the teleporting becomes kind of monotonous or
Yeah,
yeah,
I could see that for sure.
not monotonous but like tedious is like more it's like more annoying.
Yeah. I think I'll probably just try to do a mix of a little bit of both. I don't even think I'll get a level each week because I just want to spend like at least 10 minutes a week working on construction because it's so low.
Yeah,
Like 3 mil XP. I have 1599. How do I have a skill that's still 3 mil XP?
because I mean technically it would
The
take
heck?
10 hours or no
I'm 10 mil away.
You're 10 mil away,
So
so it
20
would take 20
hours.
hours. So if you did that for 20 minutes a day, then what is that, 40 days or something like that? Yeah,
You lost me.
40 days. Math. But anyways, it
Why do
wouldn't be
we
that
try to
long.
do math every week? Every week we try to do math, and every week we're like, huh?
If you don't challenge yourself, you'll never get better.
I'm challenging myself by trying to do construction, not by doing math.
Math struction.
No.
Anyways, what else?
Anyways, yeah, so I got the construction level. I also got a level in smithing. I don't know what I'm going to train to be my next 99. I don't really have anything.
Smithing.
Yeah.
I mean, kind of obviously, smithing.
Yeah, but like I don't really have anything AFK enough. So my smithing, my AFK smithing is doing gold ore with the gauntlets in Prif. I don't do it at blast furnace. I saw your shrug because I like to not look at my screen for 5 minutes and I don't want my character to be just wasting money. Because if I'm fishing, it doesn't matter, like I was fishing and I would just sit there with my inventory full, not doing anything, which I'm fine with. You were agreeing with me until I said that last part.
Until you said the insane part. Yeah, I was agreeing with
I
you.
do want to go to blast furnace on days when I'm going to pay attention, And I also want
Crazy.
to go to Giant's
Crazy.
Foundry.
Yeah, Giant's Foundry is cool. I
Yeah, because
really
I
like
want
Giant's Foundry.
to green log that too.
Yeah,
I should do that.
and the fact that you end up making money. I heard from, or didn't hear it, but I read somewhere that if you have like Jatizo unlocked, I think it is, you can buy myth claws. And if you sell, I think it's myth claws. It's one of the claws. And
Hmm.
so if you boil down claws and plate bodies, you actually make money while actually getting pretty good rates.
I should look and see. I forgot. There's so many mini games, and I love mini games, but it also makes it a little bit more intimidating when trying to skill because I'm interested in green logging.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I need to go do that. I was even considering rune crafting and doing Guardians of the Rift and Bloods, and then I was like, I don't really feel like that right now.
Yeah, I mean, you could try and, I mean, if it would make your grind easier, you could try to green log Giant's Foundry.
Yeah, because Giant's Foundry.
They buff the outfit too.
True, the
You can
outfit would be
combine it with the
nice.
gloves now.
Yeah, yeah, I should do that. Maybe I'll start working on it this week. We'll see what I say next week.
Yeah, I mean, you'll never really use the outfit, but just that you can combine it with the
Mhm.
gloves makes it cool.
Yeah. Also, just because collection logging.
Yeah, yeah, of course.
But yeah. So I did that all week, and then for Friday's boss bash last week, we went to Callisto, and that was pretty fun. The only unique that anyone saw was someone got claws, but they were like really spooned it. It was their first time ever going to Callisto. They were like probably under 10 KC. It was fun. We ran into PKers a few times because we went on a Friday night, as to be expected.
The claws are the enhancement for Vigoras, right? The
Um,
chain mace.
yeah, for the chain mace, but it's only worth like 100K.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's not worth much, which is, I guess it's way easier to get than the actual chain mace.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, but that was kind of cool if someone got unique and it was someone that had never really done wildy bosses before. And this week, less than 24 hours after this episode comes out, we are doing next week of the fundraising. Reminder, if you have not heard, I'm doing what I'm calling Boonfest, which is me fundraising for us to go to Runefest because we can't really justify spending money on it.
It's
So
an
I'm trying to
expensive.
raise money for it.
Yeah, it's just an expensive trip.
It's an expensive trip. We're in California. We are so far away from the UK.
Yeah.
So this week I'm going to be dressing as a gnome cheerleader, and I'm not the most hype about my cosplay, because their outfits are bright red and they're wearing a hat, and my hat is like dark red. It's a very different. Robert even like saw it and was like, "Oh, this is very different."
Yeah, it is very different.
So I kind of was thinking about going to a store and getting like fabric to try and mess with that, but I'm not a very crafty person. I'm trying to be a more crafty person. And I'm very intimidated by it. So who knows? Might look a little scuffed. And I'm gonna try and make pom poms tonight out of Christmas tinsel.
Oh, good
So
luck.
that's gonna be fun. I think that'll actually be kind of cool. But yeah, I also added a bunch of stuff to my wish list for future cosplays if anyone wants to get them. If no one gets them, I feel a little shady about it. I'm just gonna get them and return them
Oh,
because it's Amazon.
okay, that's cool.
Can I admit that? Is Amazon listening?
Mr. Bezos actually is an avid listener.
Shoot. So I'd prefer to just get them so I could wear them again in the future. But yeah, if I have to get them, I'm not keeping them. I can't afford to keep them. But it is really fun. I'm having so much fun cosplaying. Some of the ones that I have on my wish list are like scurrious and stuff,
Yeah,
which is really
I mean, you
cute
wouldn't have to do much for that.
because I'm a rat.
You said it.
I'd get two
You
little
literally just
ones,
admitted it.
and I'd put one on each shoulder, and I'd put like a little blue hood on one.
Yeah.
I think the
Then
idea
you
is
call
so
yourself the
fun.
Rat Queen.
I am the Rat Queen. Oh, I really need that one. If I get that one, I could wear that to Runefest.
Imagine doing that cosplay and not having the pet.
I need to go grind
That'd
more.
be crazy,
I'm at like
right?
3,040 KCI. I actually did a little bit this week, but
Nice.
no pet yet.
Soon.
Soon,
Surely.
soon, soon. TM.
Surely.
Also, with the Boonefest fundraising this week, we're going to be doing necks for our boss bash. So every week with the fundraising, we are doing like boss competitions, and whoever makes the most money from the boss wins a free bond or the value of a bond, which is around 10 mil. So stop by twitch.tv/Bunebape. Maybe you could win a bond. You have to post a before and after picture of your loot log in Discord, though.
Yeah.
It's kind of awkward last week because someone only posted an after, and they're like, "This should count, right?" And I was like,
Yeah, they're like,
"Sorry."
oh, I actually just got 5 T-bows. I don't know how it happened, but it's in the log,
I
so.
don't know if they were doing stuff before they joined Set Callisto, but they had like a D pick and clause in their log, and I was like, it never said in the chat that you got those, and it says when people get those,
Yeah.
unless I missed it. So I was like, I don't know. Yeah, I didn't count there. So please, 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 if you enter, post a picture before, because otherwise it's really awkward to
Yeah,
have to tell you no.
they're pretty simple rules.
Yeah, there are some rules. Just post it before and after.
Yeah.
I've even kind of given up on having people write the code as long as I could tell it's the same day.
Yeah.
Which usually, like, Bork plays on mobile, so she'll just, like, take a screenshot and not put the code, but I could see literally my stream in the corner pulled up.
Yeah, I can imagine of all the communities RuneScape, some players would have old before and after collection log screenshots, but chances are pretty low.
It's only for 10 mil. If it was, like, a bingo or something, I'd be, like, way more serious.
Binger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it was for something with, like, a crazy drop. I mean, 10 mil's a lot, but it's not, like...
It's
not
not a
changing for me to get rid of 10 mil.
yeah, it's not a bingo.
Yeah. Speaking of giving stuff away, though, it was actually really fun. One of the goals that we met for the Boonfest, which, another side note, if you guys think of fun little ideas, I'm trying to find more filler goals to have because all the goals are like $200 in the middle, and I think I should just set it every 100 because why not? It's fun. And one of the ones that we ended up meeting, because I switched it around a little bit, I did a noob giveaway. I actually posted a VOD of that one. I posted my first video that I posted in a second because I was going to make it a short and it was just way too long. It was like 10 minutes worth of footage. But it was really hard for me to find someone to trade me, and I just looked like an absolute creep. I was just walking up to people, like trying to get their dragon defenders, and I was like, hey, how many kills are you at? And then they answered me like, nice, you want to trade me? Someone said no.
No.
They were like, no, LOL. And I was like, okay, good luck. And then just hopped and left.
Yeah, you're kind of
I'm not good at it.
yeah. I would just
Chat
go
and coach me.
around and like find people doing activities. I mean, I guess Warriors Guild is an activity, but I would like look for stuff that people actually do and like just buy their gear, observe that they need money, and then just trade them.
Yeah, because I was giving away, I just want to do like 6 mil. So I did like a whip, a fury, and then 1 mil gold. And then someone else donated some like obsidian legs, dragon plate body, dragon boots, and stuff. So it was a
Yeah.
little bit more. And like everyone that's trying to trade people were like, oh, they already have a whip. And I was like, okay, but like if you're just using a whip with the rest of their gear, like they could sell this whip. They'd probably benefit from that.
Yeah, I don't think the whip was the point.
Yeah. Also, I was happy to trade someone that already had at least one of the items because then I know that they could actually use it rather than, they're just going to sell it immediately because they can't use it for 30 more levels.
Yeah, I think it's pretty hard to find someone. I mean, you could have went to
Find
like
someone mid-level.
you could have definitely went to Barrows, right? Because
Barrows would have been a good
I mean,
one
a lot
too.
of low mid-level people that are gonna actually use that gear would be there. But I mean, whatever. Yeah, like there's not kind of like a weird problem in the game that they're trying to fix with Varlamore is like there's not a lot of low mid-level places for people to congregate. So
Yeah. Or like everyone needs a defender. People were saying like to go to Crandor like next for people to do Dragon Slayer 1, but I was like, but then I have to hope like people are doing a quest. I'm gonna have to hop around a lot.
yeah, and that's such an old quest. I feel like so many people have already done it.
Yeah, but I was trying really hard to find new people. I mean, if they weren't new, whatever. I lost down to 6 mil. It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
But they were really nice and stuff, so it was pretty cool. And
Also,
someone else in the chat gave away 10 mil.
I was thinking, like, at first I was like, oh, you should have done it for someone free to play. But then I was thinking about it, and I think in general, it's probably better to do giveaways for people that are already in members.
They're
'Cause
more likely to keep playing.
yeah, if you think about it, if someone gets a lot of money in free to play, one, they don't know what to spend it on, and two, they're just you know what they're going to spend it on. It's going to be a bond,
Yeah.
and I mean,
And I wasn't giving enough money for a bond anyway, to be honest. So.
yeah, and then it's like if you give it to members, you already know that they paid for a bond somehow, and so they're already playing the game, and they're just like trying to progress their account. So I at first I was like wondering why you didn't do free to play, but I have now changed my mind.
Yeah. I also, my main reasoning was that I didn't want to give away a bond and I didn't want to give away straight gold. So that's why I was giving away items. And I was like, I can't go to free to play because it literally will not let me trade them,
Yeah,
which is annoying.
you
But
could have just done
whatever.
like I don't know 100,000 fire runes or something.
Would anyone want that? Like, come on. They'd
I don't know.
be like, no.
I don't know.
But it was really fun. And I'm glad I posted like a little VOD video. So that's cool. And yeah, I'll be continuing the fundraising around 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on Friday, March 8th. So come stop by. Our current goal that we're trying to get to is $1,000. This was not my idea. You're not going to like this goal. It's to do a Saw movie marathon on Discord.
Oh,
I hate gore. And I was like, okay, I'm just going to cover the screen whenever there's gore. And Ninja was like, you're going to be covering the screen a lot. And I was like, okay, cool.
yeah. I don't like any scary movies really, mostly because they're dumb.
I love scary movies. I hate gore, though. So we'll see how I'm able to handle this. I'm just going to have RuneScape over the middle of the screen so I could listen without seeing any of the gross stuff. I almost swore.
Yeah.
One more thing that I wanted to share that was funny. Last night, we had an incident in chat. One of our mods, Saint Wraith, typed, I'm 11 LOL, and is now indefinitely suspended on Twitch.
Indefinitely?
Yeah, he's indefinitely suspended.
Oh,
He
really?
went to appeal it, and it auto-denied him.
Damn, you probably have to send something to like their
You have to
support.
email them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, just a reminder, guys, don't type that, please.
Yeah, in Twitch, it literally is in their terms of service that you have to be like 13. Yeah, so a lot of places you have to be 13 because then you're like not a child technically.
Yeah.
So
Definitely still a child, but at least you have teen in your
yeah,
name, I guess.
so yeah, I guess this is kind of a what do they call it?
A PSA.
PSA, public service announcement. Yeah,
Because everyone knew that was a meme. Wraith thought it was just a meme, didn't think it was serious, so Wraith typed it and got suspended. It's
Yeah.
an actual thing. Please don't do it.
yeah. Don't say I am under 13.
Yes. Even if you put an LOL right after.
Yeah, of any kind, because it's just a robot that bans you. So
And that apparently checks out your appeals, which is actually very annoying. It's very RuneScape of them, isn't it?
yeah.
To auto reject it. Okay.
Oh well.
But yeah, that's what I've been up to this week. What have you been up to? There's not much updates, so I didn't really mind rambling.
Yeah. Yeah, I have still not played any RuneScape. Surprise, surprise.
Huge.
I did play a bit of the, I don't know if I mentioned this last week, but I've been playing a bit of the Division 2. It's
I think
kind of
you
an
mentioned,
older
but
game.
You've been playing it more, so.
Yeah, it's got a really big update recently, so my friend talked me into getting it. So I've just been playing with him. For anyone that's unfamiliar with it, it's like a looter shooter. So kind of typical of that game. It's kind of like Diablo for anyone that's played that type of game. An action RPG, you're just getting a bunch of loot and then killing more mobs and then getting a bunch of loot and doing different activities. So it's still pretty fun so far, but yeah, it's just shooting and getting loot.
Whenever we mentioned he was playing this on stream, people were like judging him for it, but we were like talking about it in the car, and he said that. What'd you say? Something about how you think that it started out not great, but it's really come a long way or something?
Yeah, I think the game was like okay for a lot of time, and then it like got slightly better over time, and then recently I think it's gotten much better. But yeah, so I guess it's only like improved. So like I'm seeing it in a much better state. So I guess if like a lot of people are saying it's like the best time to come back right now if you have played it in the past, I guess. But I never played it before, so I played the first one a lot. I had like 200 hours in the first one.
Nice.
But, yeah, this is my first time into the second one, so.
I thought that's kind of important to say because it reminds me of like RuneScape 3, you know, where everyone's like, oh, it sucks. I heard it sucks. But then people play RuneScape 3 are like, actually, it's pretty fun.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's just like any game. It can be fun.
Yeah,
I mean,
just give it a chance. But this one you have to pay for, so.
Yeah, I mean it's only like $20, so just don't be poor.
You could refund it too, right? If you don't like games within a certain amount of time.
Yeah,
Not if you like it, not me with my Amazon.
no, yeah. Uh, Also, as a joke, I am poor, but yeah, you can return games. You can buy it on Steam, even though it's a Ubisoft game technically. But you
Okay.
can buy it on Steam, and yeah, on Steam, if you don't like a game and you've only played less than 2 hours, you can return it for free.
Shot.
Anyways, though, I have beyond that, I don't have anything else. I just work and play video games, so that's it.
I forgot to mention we also got 11 mil this week from a rapier split.
Oh,
And
nice.
we just got a third kit at top at like 15
Holy
KC
kit.
total. Yeah, a second holy kit.
Yeah.
Absolute spoon.
Besides that, we have some regular community news for the week that
Hmm.
I've been slowly gathering.
I don't even know what he's gonna say. The way that his phone is right now, the mic is literally blocking the entirety of your screen.
Yeah, this one's pretty cool.
Surprise.
So this is actually kind of a really big achievement for the community, I guess. Is there was the first person ever to become a max hardcore.
Eileen told me that.
Yeah.
That's
So
nuts.
his name is, or their name is Fifth Hardcore Ironman LUL lol. And they're a whole 1 billion XP ahead of the next person.
The next person's Eileen, right?
No, the next person is at 3.5 bill, and the next person below that is at 2.9 bill. So
Good God.
very much in first place. It's not even remotely close.
How much do you need total for the 200?
4.6 bill.
Oh my God, a bill's a lot. That's a lot more than a
It's 23 times 200
Ew.
bill
Ew.
or mil. But anyways, yeah. So
That's really
I'm
cool.
guessing that was their fifth Iron Man because
Based on
of the
the
name.
name. That's a
Um,
strong name though. It'll go
yeah,
down in history.
kind of crazy. Someone said that he did it in, or they did it into like in 5 or 6 years, which is relatively quick for a max. And yeah,
That's how long I've
kind
been
of
playing
crazy.
and I'm not even regular most.
Yeah.
How funny.
Another interesting thing. This one was posted by I think this is the person that actually um like made this graph, but just to make it easier. So the Thambers of Barrack, shout out. Um,
Nice.
they made this post which made it easier to understand. But anyways, for anyone that doesn't know, there's a an account that is 1 XP away from maxing every skill.
Oh, that must have been very difficult to
It
do.
is very difficult to do, but they did it specifically in order to track all the new people that get 99s.
Oh,
Because if their rank goes up, not being further away from one, that means more people have maxed that skill. So
interesting.
they did it specifically to have that account for people to,
Track
calculate, yeah,
99s.
calculate 99s and track who is doing 99s.
What a creative way to track accounts.
Yeah.
That's very cool.
So large unit is the name of the account, and they have 1 XP away from 99 in every single skill, which is 13,034,430 XP.
Looking, I'm like, there's no way they're actually one way in every skill.
Yep, one away in every single skill. And so the person that made the account or the post was, I think, who made the Excel spreadsheet, but it's kind of cool because you can see what skills are becoming more popular in maxing.
Oh,
So the number one most popular skill is strength, and then second is hit points. There's no changes there.
yeah.
And then something that moved up. I'm just gonna mention the ones that moved, the top three movers, and
Yeah.
that's gonna be magic. It actually moved up 3 ranks to fourth place. It's now the really popular, I guess.
Magic's such a good one. I literally use my cape every single day to switch spell books because I'm
Yeah.
too lazy to go anywhere else.
And then the next one, crafting, with a +5,
I don't get that one.
up to uh up to 11 as far as how popular it
I mean,
is.
I guess it's a Bible and it's a good telly with the cape.
And then what do you think is the top most maxed recently? Within the This is yearly, by the way. So since no, not yearly, sorry. This is since August 2018. So this is 6 years in the making.
I want to say construction.
The skill that has become the most 99 in those 6 years and moved up 6 places is farming at,
Let's
at
go.
number 9.
As it should be. It should be number one.
And then yeah, there's a tie for third least. Well, we're going in descending, so The third least is in a three-way tie, and it's between defense, fletching, and woodcutting, all getting -2 places.
I'm surprised about the fletching because that's a Bible.
Yeah, but I think it's because a lot of people are getting it and then not finishing it.
True, yeah, no one ever needs to go do it again.
Yeah, and then the second, loser, I guess, is going to be Hunter -4, down to 21st place.
Okay, wait. Well, I also wonder if Hunter could be going down because we're gonna get the Hunters Guild. So
Maybe,
people maybe
but this is over
wait.
6 years.
Never mind.
Yeah,
I
so
knew the guild would come eventually.
Hunter is becoming much less popular, I guess, recently. So it is -4 places down to 21, making it the third least liked skill. And
Poor Hunter.
the number one least popular in recent times. What do you think?
Agility or rune crafting.
Thieving, -5 places.
Agility or not? Sorry, thieving is pretty boring too. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, and it got moved down to 16th place.
Yikes.
Yeah, unfortunate. But yeah, I thought that was pretty pretty interesting. So that's why I shouted out Large Unit for keeping track for all of us, and then also Thambers for, I think, making this
Account.
little spreadsheet that made it easier to see what account moved or what became more and less popular.
Pause before we move on to the next thing. I noticed whenever Robert's in the middle of talking that the camera stopped working. So if you're on YouTube, you know, just pretend that we were just staring blankly for
Yeah, she's gonna put
emotes or something.
emotes over our faces.
Yeah, I'll find like a little. Oh, I could do the puffer fish for you.
Okay.
If you know, you know.
Yeah. And moving on, there's some more interesting stuff that happened this week.
Okay.
This person, I don't know if this is the person that actually did it, but the person that made the post, Rambros, they have been collecting clues.
Ooh.
You want to guess remotely how many clues they've collected? These are clue caskets. They've been stacking them for a while.
What kind of clue?
All kinds. The majority being mediums.
Oh my god. It could be thousands.
It could be.
2,000.
I'd be impressed if you got within 1,000.
Okay, 10,000.
So I'm guessing Rambros has been collecting nearly 31,000 clues.
How?
They have 26,000 medium clues.
99 elites. It's not
Nine.
even that much.
Yeah. So that was kind of crazy.
So satisfying to look at, though. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I don't even know how long it would take to open all of those.
Ew, all the masters you'd have to stop for.
I don't even, yeah, I'm not sure exactly how long it took. I didn't see if they responded or anything,
They might
but
not even open them.
they might not. They might just keep going forever. Who knows? But someone was joking and saying that you could probably fund a Tebow with all the purple suites that you get. And someone did the math.
Yeah.
And they're all like, that would be around 445 million sweets, which is not enough for a Tebow. That being said, you'd get around 2.9 bill from Ranger boots alone if they were on drop.
Should I go to 26,000 medium clues? 'Cause- Wait, I wonder if people got inspired by seeing this. When was it posted?
This was posted earlier this week.
Because yesterday Wraith was like, "Why are eclectics like way more than usual? Like thousands more each eclectic."
Yeah,
I wonder
maybe.
if anyone saw this and was like inspired to go do some medium clues. Because it kind of makes me want to go do clues.
Yeah, maybe.
How funny.
Besides that, though, there was, I guess I'll save this for the patch because they're kind of some stuff going over people's like
Opinion.
comments and reactions to the patch.
Yeah.
But that was generally it that I saw. Some, besides all the regular memes and stuff like that, those are some things that I thought were kind of cool in the community.
I don't know if I told you, but last week after the Wildy blog thing, I posted in Discord. Our Discord and was like, "Oh, what'd you guys think?" And my asking that literally had people arguing for like 20 minutes.
Nice.
Until we even started. Like, I don't even know the general consensus. Some people thought it was lame, some people liked it. But I was like, I didn't mean for this to happen. But what was kind of cute though and wholesome was that they were like arguing back and forth. And then whenever it was movie night, we all just went and joined the movie channel and stopped talking about it.
Oh yeah, because you can't talk in the movie channel.
No, you can't type. You
No,
can
I'm just
type in the
kidding.
movie channel.
Yeah, that's cool. But anyways, enough rambling on. We can move into the actual update this week. Miscellaneous quality of life changes.
Cool.
So not really exciting, but I guess kind of exciting for some people.
There's some good ones.
Yeah,
A couple good
so
ones.
we can start off with the collection log. For anyone that knows, going through the collection log can be kind of annoying, especially if you are not familiar with where things are.
The
So they,
miscellaneous tab.
yeah, the miscellaneous tab, especially, or if you're like, oh, which clue does this come from? And it comes from like four of them, that can be kind of annoying. So they added a search function to the collection log now.
Cool.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
think
that's
it
pretty
was
much it.
like a kind of search, right?
No, you could click through, but there's no search.
Was there genuinely no search?
I don't think so. It says you can now, yeah, now there's a search option, and you click on results and view more information. So it's kind of cool because not only does it search, but for instance, if you type F, because like the letter F, then it'll bring up everything that has the letter F in it, but it actually sorts it. So, like for instance, they typed F, and it'll show three items in the Barrow's chest section, beginning with the coif, because obviously,
Oh, because there's an F in it.
yeah.
Oh,
So
cool.
it's kind of cool.
So if you don't know how to spell something,
Yeah,
that's actually
exactly.
handy.
Or like, yeah, anything that it only bring up the stuff, or it won't only bring up the stuff that starts with F, but it also sort it by boss, which is kind of cool, or
Alphabetically.
by enemy as well. Yeah, and it's
Nice.
alphabetical.
That's pretty cool, actually.
Yeah, so
I don't know if there's search, or maybe there is and it got updated. I don't know.
uh,
But this looks nice.
yeah, I'm not sure.
Move it
Either
over
way,
to
this one is much better than whatever existed before.
Next up is some LMS changes. Firstly, we've increased the damage from standing in fog for too long. We're also introducing Greater Fog, which takes effect from 2 minutes and 30 seconds into the game. Any player who falls more than 16 tiles behind the fog will take even more damage than usual. After 2.5 minutes in the game, the Greater Fog will activate, and you'll be warned about how far away you and the fog are from the safe zone. If you're closer than the fog or on the same square as the fog, you'll take no damage. If you're less than 16 tiles into it, you'll take 1 to 3 every other tick, ramping up over 6 ticks. However, should you fall more than 16 into the fog, you'll encounter the Greater Fog, which can stack up to 10 damage every other tick. You're dead so fast.
Yeah,
Note that consecutive hit tracking is not reset upon entering Greater Fog, so if you're already in the fog for 6 ticks, you'll instantly start taking 10 damage. After 10 minutes in the minigame, the fog mechanics will match their current behavior. Let this be a warning to all you sneaky folks who like to hide in the fog. It's time to get out there and face your enemies head on. What this is actually for is I think it was like Tina or someone tweeted about it, was like, I don't have to wait 10 more minutes for bots to like go and die in the fog like at LMS.
yeah,
So that's kind of cool.
because I mean that's generally a pretty good strategy
Hiding.
for. I mean, for a lot of battle royale type games, it's just like you can hide in the fog, and if you have like a lot of healing, then I mean you'll outlast maybe not everyone, but anyone that decides to fight.
Yeah. You could get some points potentially.
Yeah, exactly. So I think a lot of people did that, especially bots, obviously. So hopefully this will make the games go a little bit faster,
Yeah.
but yeah,
Not a bad one.
probably not. Anyways, we have some combat achievement broadcasts. So this is just a little bit of quality of life stuff, kind of like the name of the blog, making it so that clans and group Ironman can customize a little bit more on what gets broadcast, including now combat achievements. Before it didn't. We've added two new settings to the PVM notification section, which includes combat achievement task broadcast and combat achievement task threshold. The former will allow you to choose which ranks receive combat achievement broadcasts, and the latter will let you choose which tiers of combat achievements are broadcast. So you can do like maybe only
Like
sergeants.
Grandmaster.
Well, I was gonna say like
Oh.
maybe only like officers or something in your group, in your clan, like people that play often and are trusted. Maybe they have more stuff that gets broadcast, and then the people that are like lower only get like higher stuff broadcast
So it doesn't get
potentially.
flooded.
Yeah, exactly,
That's right.
because I mean obviously you just don't want like a million messages.
Yeah.
And the same thing can be said for group Ironman, where you can just select not so fine grain. Obviously you don't need that, but you can just select whether you want combat achievements to be broadcast in the group at all.
And
And
you could
it's,
choose which tier as well.
yeah, and it's a disable thing or enable thing. So
Yeah. So it's disabled by default though. So if you want to turn it on, go turn it on.
yeah, exactly. It's kind of like, it reminds me of whenever they had like item drops get broadcast to groups.
Yeah.
By default, it was on and at like zero threshold. So every time you chopped a log, you would get a notification saying that you chopped a log.
Like a single gold, we'd be like cheesy.
Yeah.
Next up is something on forestry. So all unique drops from Forestry event are now automatically placed in the inventory as long as you have free space for them, which makes a lot of sense. Secondly, the bonus from Twitcher's gloves now applies to redwood trees. Although do note that these mighty trunks only drop clue squirrel nests, so you won't be seeing any rings or eggs, even if your settings should be giving you those.
Dude, you're a trunk.
Finally, the Dryad has overcome her shyness, and her event is no longer blocked by wandering NPCs in small spaces. By the way, the Dryad is one of my cosplays on my wish list, and I think it'd be really cute if I could do that.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. That's it for the forestry.
Yeah. And I've seen a lot of people talking about forestry, and I actually watched like some videos on it because like
I made videos on it.
I guess since forestry came out, there's been some like really diehard members of the forestry community come out saying like they nerfed it too hard, and it's like kind of killed forestry for a lot of people.
Megan was saying that it seemed like it was taking a lot longer to get events than it used to.
Yeah, like it's a really, really difficult to get events, even if you're at like max people. And like people have come up with like strategies. Like you go to like these specific woods that have like a certain density to them, and you spread out in a certain way that gets like the maximum number of events and stuff like that. And even then, it's still not very good.
It's kind of annoying.
So it's unfortunate because it went from like everyone hopping and it being like fairly interesting to as a mechanic to like kind of being like sad,
Yeah.
like a shadow of its former self. So
It's a bummer.
it'd be nice if they maybe did it like a little in between because
Yeah.
I think it was too good before and it
It
was
was only 2 minutes.
yeah, and I think it's like really not a really it's engaging but not in like a good it's not a good play loop to just like jump to a different world and then be like, all right, I'm doing this now.
Well,
Or
they did the thing that I think makes sense where you can't get the rewards unless you've been there.
yeah,
Because I've been doing like the smithing and priff, and there's been forestry events next to me. And the other day I actually went to take part in one. And it was like, you weren't chopping wood, you can't do this. And I was
yeah,
like, fine.
yeah. So I think that's cool. I think I think they should make the area bigger potentially because I think it's within
20 tiles.
it's in yeah like 20 tiles or something like that. I think it should be bigger, and also it should because I think they did a good job with the jumping the mechanic.
Yeah.
But I think the events are the main draw, and if you don't have enough of them, then it's kind of lame. It's just like regular woodcutting.
It seems like the events might have gone from too common to too rare instead
Yeah.
of finding a middle ground.
Yeah, I think the area should be bigger, and I think they should spawn slightly more often.
Okay.
But, I mean, I don't know.
I can see that being a quality of life change because Megan was just saying that the other day, and I was like, that's kind of true. It seems like they're not as much.
Yeah, it's kind of lame now, so, oh well. We have some other changes. So, previous PvP combat information is now wiped upon death. This is to stop players who have just died to a player coming back to fight them again without being skulled. So,
I didn't even know you could do that.
yeah. They also removed the League's 4 decorations from Lumbridge, which is good because they looked really out of place. Actually, someone brought it up, and I kind of agree. They never really looked really RuneScapey to begin with.
The League stuff?
Yeah, the League stuff.
I liked it, but it looked more modern RuneScape. Like it would have fit in Kourend.
It was like all like orange, like crystal stuff, right?
I don't think
Because
it was
you had like the
orange.
old sage lady there, and it was
I think
like
it's Last Leagues.
the blue stuff.
Yeah.
That stuff looked cool, but it was actually pretty RuneScape 3, like the last one and the one before that.
I think it all would look good in like Kourend, but it's not
Yeah,
Kourend.
yeah, exactly.
Chaos.
It looked really out of place.
Yeah.
The lightning circle is now brighter and more visible on Calvarion and Vidion.
That one's nice. Sometimes I don't notice the shadows.
Yeah. Scrying poles in POHs can once again be used to view a wide range of destinations across the game to avoid safe scouting in the wilderness. The pools won't let you view wilderness locations directly. Instead, they'll just state how many players are in the area,
Okay.
as they've been doing. They also fixed a bug where teleporting to your POH was impossible when building mode was set to default.
They also fixed a bug where buying a mage arena cape from Purdue would make the other god capes in the bank disappear, which is something that they just did like last week, right?
As they do.
Bible. Clue scrolls dropped by a player now last 1 hour on the ground rather than 2 minutes. This
Yeah.
does not change existing behavior dropped by NPCs or other entities.
It's funny because of all these changes, this change and the next change are two of the biggest mix-ups for clue scroll meta in many,
Ever.
many, many years.
Yeah, the next one is you're now told if you would have gotten a clue, but it didn't because you already have one.
Yep.
Which people are asking if it could be toggleable, which is
It
understandable.
does need to be toggleable.
Yeah,
It does.
that could be really annoying.
Yeah, imagine chopping a tree and it's like, oh, you could have gotten a beginner. Oh, you could have gotten a beginner. You could have gotten an easy.
True. Yeah, that doesn't seem very fun.
Yeah, and also for anyone that doesn't know why this is really interesting, a really really easy example is people often go to there's myriad of things to choose from to get elites clue
Hmm.
scrolls, but one of them could be barrows, for example. And so what's nice is you could easily juggle barrows clue scrolls now by just leaving them at the box when you get them.
Oh, and then just go and grab it once you're done with the other one.
Yeah, so like you can get one and be like, I can't really do the one that I'm doing right now. What about this one? Then you do a few steps from that one, go run barrows again, and then juggle it. And then because I mean, you can do barrows takes 7 minutes to do.
Hmm.
You can do many of those, or just do clue steps in between, and then just like continually juggle. And this is like a really easy version. Before it was 2 or 3 minutes,
2 minutes.
which is a lot different than 60. So, and people were juggling even with that.
Yeah, I've never done it. I don't really have interest in juggling them because I'm just scared I'll lose my clue.
Yeah.
But seems nice for people who like that. 1 hour is a big difference.
Yeah, that's really cool because one, it'll make it a lot easier for people that, are juggling fiends,
Hmm.
or people like that guy that did, 30,000. Obviously they like probably doing that,
Yeah.
but also I think it just makes it more feasible for regular people that like if they are doing a boss that has a high chance to drop, hards or whatever,
You don't
then
want to do it yet.
yeah,
Just
or
set a
it's
few.
like they did a few and then it gets to like a step that they don't have, or it's a wilderness step and they're like, oh, I don't want to do that. And they can just like, juggle it or, get back to it later or something like that.
Um, they also added a new line to the terms of service text outlining our privacy policy. I didn't read
Yeah.
it.
So someone asked about this and
The thing was,
Mod
it did seem a little ominous. I'm like, what was it?
yeah, so Mod Light actually responded because someone said, what's the line? Because obviously we don't want to go into TOS and look up the privacy policy. So Mod Light said that it states, do not sell or share my personal information. The text is in the same line as the old privacy related links, and the whole line is centered. So, for anyone wondering, I think other people clarified that this line of text is specifically for people in, I think, like California and New York.
Let's go, because we probably have privacy laws that
Yeah,
places
because we
don't have.
have privacy laws, so you can
California,
message.
baby.
Yeah, you can. So they're not selling or sharing your information. Every other state, you might.
Sucks to suck.
It's nothing new. Your credit card sells all your information, so it's not that different. But also for anyone that lives in the EU or the UK, I'm almost certain that if you are concerned about this, based on GDPR, which is like a governing regulation for all of your information on the internet, you can pretty much call or like message, email any company in the EU or the UK if they're based there or if they operate there at all,
Hmm.
actually. You message them and you can tell them that you don't
Don't
want
sell my
them.
stuff.
Yeah, you can tell them to just get rid of your information,
Oh.
and they have to based on GDPR, because if not, then they'll get sued. Like I think a company recently got sued for like $1 billion. So um, they have that. Nowhere else has that. So if you're not in the EU, then you probably are just going to
You're
be
in like
like,
Texas.
yeah. If you're in Texas, you're
I'm sorry.
taking the L. So
Go contact your government.
yeah,
Tell me you want that.
contact your government, all the government. I doubt they'll follow, but anyways,
Shot.
some other stuff. That's pretty much the end of it.
Oh wait, there's one more kind of.
Oh
I
no,
mean,
sorry. That's the end of the other changes.
yeah. But they do just remind us again that Varlamore is going to be coming out on March 20th.
Yeah, pretty
Oh
cool.
man, that's so cool. So in less than 2 weeks, we are going to be getting a new continent area. Is it? It's not a full continent, is it? A new area.
I mean, it's technically not a new continent, but it is.
Basically.
a really big area.
Yeah.
Just because I think there's like a land bridge to Kandrin.
There's a bunch of stuff.
Or not Kandrin.
Corinne.
Yeah, Corinne. Kebos.
They say this update is full of content including the Fortis Coliseum, the Perilous Moons minigame, the Hunter Guild, and much, much more.
Yeah. And they also reminded us, letting us know that there's no game update next week. So we might have something in the works. Maybe, maybe not.
Yeah, I'm trying to find a guest to be on. There's a lot of people I want to be a guest.
We'll see. Besides that, though, it's, not that long away. And they did tease a new screenshot of the Coliseum.
Yeah, the Minotaur looks nuts. And it's mostly humanoid things, which makes sense, but I want some more crazy mythical creatures.
They look kind of just like regular, like gladiator style enemies, but there is a very large Minotaur.
And what's the other creature called?
And the other thing is an enemy or an animal that has the tail of a snake.
I thought it was a scorpion.
The tail of a scorpion. Or I think it's
I looked for 1 second.
I think it's the tail of a snake.
Okay.
Maybe. I think it is. And then the body of a lion and the face of a human. And it is called...
The piece of a human? I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, and it's called a manticore.
Yeah, that's what's called manticore.
Yeah, so that is the mythical beast that shows its human face.
That's definitely a scorpion, too.
Oh, okay. I guess it is scorpion. And then it's...
I didn't notice. I thought it was just like a really goofy lion.
Yeah, human face and then a little like cheetah body, leopard body.
It's gonna be like a really cool pet. If that is a pet.
It's weird. But they did reveal that, just kind of showing you the different enemies you can expect to find there. They got like spears that look really cool. So I'd check out the art. This was tweeted out over on obviously Twitter.
Yeah.
So you can check that out.
Official Old School RuneScape Twitter.
Yeah. So if that interests you.
Really cool. I'd recommend looking.
That's it though. For anyone wondering, it is the Zerker loadout in PvP arenas.
Cool.
And some other stuff that the community was talking about in the comments of this update over on Reddit, and kind of a lot of people were just like suggesting different quality of life things.
Oh.
And one of the big ones that multiple people posted about was hoping that Verzik Phase 2 one red crab when you're alone doing it solo.
Yeah, I think so, but at the same time I could see any disagreements over that because it's not solo content. You're choosing to do it solo.
Yeah.
So I could see people being like, why are you disaccommodating people?
True.
But I'm not opposed to it as someone who never ever plans on trying to solo.
Also, that was for Mod Light. And then someone followed up right after and said, also make sure that the zap does the same damage in hard mode Tob too. It only does 14 damage in hard mode Tob solos.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah, so and then Mod Goblin immediately followed up and said that's in there too.
Oh, that's something they're actually considering?
Stuff that they are actually considering is making solo hard mode Tob or solo Tob easier.
I wonder what the solo toppers who have gotten KC think about it.
I wonder.
Ellie's actually been trying. Ellie, we have
it's like not that many people have done it.
Yeah, it is not a common accomplishment. But Ellie's been sending some solo top events.
Yeah.
Actually, I'll probably go watch her while I edit. She's so brave. She's so cool. Go back and listen to an episode with her. She actually, like, all of her stories literally sound fake because they're so cool. But she's such a gamer.
Yeah. Beyond that, there was someone asking more about Varlamore and wondering if we'll ever get to see stuff about the quiver or other bits of gear before it's released. And Modlight said to keep on the socials.
Okay.
As they might begin dropping stuff around Saturday, March 16th. So make sure to look out for that unless you want to be spoiled, then don't. Or if you don't want to be spoiled, rather.
I kind of wish that they wouldn't post it so we could all be surprised.
Yeah, I mean, too bad.
But I'm also, whenever I do see it, I know I'll be like, let's go! Yeah.
And then the final question, someone asked, collection log high scores win?
Ooh.
And Modlight actually, I think, had a really good response, and I do generally agree. And she said that it's a collection log, not a completion log, and she doesn't think that it would be a good idea. She brought it to the team, and they don't think it'd be a good idea for to add that type of competition innately into collection log, even though it's there for some people already.
Hmm.
They don't really want that to be a goal.
They want to be more personal, collecting for yourself rather than competing with everyone.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, that's fair, I guess.
Yeah. And some other people saying, honestly, the thing that I saw the most was obviously people talking about the clue scrolls and stuff like that.
Yes.
Many people saying that this is one of the biggest quality of life fixes for specifically area locked Ironmen.
True, because they could jump and get
Because,
other stuff. Was so one thing about clue scrolls that I didn't find out until leagues is if you're on step 3 of a hard clue and you're like, oh my god, I can't do this. You can, as long as that clue still exists on the ground, I believe you can get another hard clue and you'll start on the third step of that one.
oh, really?
I think.
I don't think that's true, but that'd be crazy.
I thought that's the thing during leagues. Maybe it's just leagues.
Maybe. I
I
have
don't
no
know
idea.
leagues for sure. Because you're saying the area locked, and that would make sense in area locked, right?
Yeah, I
But
don't
then it
know.
would be too busted if you could go back.
Yeah.
So I kind of wish I just didn't say anything because I might be a liar, and that's like Robert's thing. So I don't know why. I'm just taking your role.
Yeah, I don't know. The way this person explained it, maybe saying it out loud will help me because I don't
Okay.
really understand it. So they said, for example, doing a wilderness jelly task, you can pick up and redrop 15 clues, and you can juggle them all whilst doing them without having to leave the wildy each time you get a clue or two. I usually do each one I get, sometimes I juggle two. And they said that this is going to make juggling master clues so much easier. And for Snowflake accounts, just like Settled, Swampletics, probably one of the most famous area locked accounts, could have gotten Rangers doing this.
Oh.
So maybe you're right. I'm not sure the intricacies of
Mm-hmm.
juggling and how that works, but that would be really interesting.
I wish that they would just let us stack them like they do in
Okay,
leagues.
yeah, you're just
But
asking for too
I
much.
get that.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
greedy.
a little too much.
It's fine.
But yeah, so that's it for this week's update. We can move on to the finale, which is our questions and
Yeah.
answers.
Our Q&A. Our first question is over from our now suspended mod, Wraith.
Rest in peace.
Oh, also another funny thing that happened last night. We lost Wraith and also Ninja, one of our other mods, banned Kofly, someone from our chat, and he wasn't able to get back onto like the stream for like an hour. It just wasn't working for him. And I have my settings so if you're banned, you can't watch my stream. So him and Ninja were just arguing in Discord.
Dang.
He was able to get back. It's fine. So, what, if anything, could you argue is a necessary evil in the game? Wraith answered, botting. If we can get rid of it, great. Since it appears we can't, I'd have to consider the upsides. Bots generate most of the resourceables nobody wants to collect themselves. They generate most skilling supplies and lower the cost for the honest player. Imagine how much 99 prayer would cost if we didn't have any bots farming dragon bones. They also keep garbage PKers busy while I run around the wilderness trying to finish my goddamn clue.
True.
Wraith says this, but Wraith also complains about bots a lot, so don't think he's like defending bots.
No, I'm guessing he's just trying to find a silver lining,
Yeah.
but I think the game would be so much better because I mean things regulate themselves in an economy, so
Mhm.
they would just be an appropriate price. I mean, they would be more expensive, but
They
also
maybe should be more expensive. Is what
um
you mean?
well, the thing is they'd proportionately probably be roughly the same.
Okay.
Cuz I mean like if Dragon Bones were like 100k GP each, I mean, you probably just wouldn't buy them, right? So they'd go down to a
Maybe it's
price.
supposed to be irons.
No, I'm just saying they'd go down to a price where you would buy them. So maybe
Yeah.
they'd go from 7k to now 25k or something like that. So I don't know. Maybe it would work out for itself, but who knows?
I kind of I can't really think of a hot take for this honestly. I would just agree with the bots thing because, there's a lot of stuff that people aren't going to want to grind and I think that people don't think about how usually we get those because of bots.
Yeah,
I don't have the hottest takes on bots like everyone else. I'm very much don't think that they'll ever be gone, and I'm just whatever. I just live with that. I don't think about them as much as other people. Some people get very intense about bots,
yeah,
and I'm just like whatever. I don't even ever really notice them. But
true, true.
I can't think of anything spicy. You had a spicy one.
Yeah, and I'm even going to expound upon it and
Please
say
do.
my necessary evil is taxes. And even to like more of an extent, I would say that there's not enough gold sinks in the game
Oh,
because like what do you spend your money on that disappears besides taxes?
the new wilderness agility course.
No, very it's very few things. It's things like blast
The
furnace,
actual gold sink that you can make your
the
peel.
actual gold sink.
Which is still like my favorite gold sink in the game, by the way. How funny is that?
Yeah.
It's pretty
Like
cool.
construction, like buying marble stones from the NPCs, I guess.
I guess construction is just an entirely gold
Yeah.
sink skill.
But like once you're done with that and once you're done like smithing and stuff, I mean
Then
there's really not much else. Like if you're doing any combat stuff, there's no gold sinks. Literally
Mhm.
zero, right? Cuz I mean you're buying supplies from other people, which isn't a sink, and then you're buying gear from other people, which isn't a sink. And there's really nothing for the gold to do other than inflate. So it's just going to like the person that got banned with a trillion gold like that would be unthinkable so many years ago. But because there are no sinks, they just get and naturally it would get worse over time. And there's no real way I don't think to do like a realistic perfect sink, but
Yeah.
to like quell the inflation a little bit would help. So it's like I don't know. There should be more. The taxes is cool, but it's just not enough, in
We
my
need more
opinion.
taxes.
Yeah, maybe just
Okay.
delete like 10x whatever the taxes is.
Jeez. My goodness.
I don't know. But then again, it's kind of like one of those things. Like I said, the economies are self regulating to an extent. So,
Yeah, I don't think that paying the GE taxes as is now is that bad. I very rarely, but sometimes do see people complaining. And they're like, "Oh, the GE tax." I'm like, it's literally not even that much.
you're still able to flip. So, it's
Yeah, it's
it's must be not that bad.
true. Our next question is from Matt over on Discord. OSRS has a very interesting and complex economy, kind of like we were just saying. What if it got even more complex if the banking monopoly ended and different banking companies existed? For example, the Bank of Varrock. Outside the Bank of Varrock's bank, you can still access your items, but for a small transaction fee. Also, different banks have different transaction fees at the GE depending on item type. So, Lunar Capital, I like the names by the way. Lunar Capital, for example, has the best transaction on magic materials, but the National Dwarven Bank has best transactions on smithing and mining materials. So, you can choose your bank based on the advantages that you want. And adding one more interesting feature, the more transactions you make with the same bank, over time this will lead to the ability to take out loans. Like a real bank, you're limited to a certain loan amount, but the more you prove your loyalty, the higher this amount gets. Do you want to get 99 woodcutting but can't afford Dragon Axe? Take out a loan and pay this back with the logs you chop.
Okay.
What do you think?
I think the loan thing is
People would go to.
not good.
People would never pay it back.
Also, it's like, how do you pay it back?
I kind of, well, okay.
Like they're like, oh, you can't pay it back. We delete your account.
I like
Like,
the idea. This would not be able to be implemented because there'd be no way to keep track and like make it work. But I like the idea, like you're saying the wood cutting, like as you're wood cutting, what if like it auto took away all the logs that you were doing and just like
that would
sent
be a buff to woodcutting.
God, it would be a buff to wood cutting. You wouldn't have to do it anymore.
You're like, what if it just took all my materials and I never had to leave? Like what?
Okay, wait, you're right. We should get this in the game.
What the heck? You're
I
like, what if
forgot.
it took my ores while I was
Making
mining
sense.
it and smelted it and then gave it back?
Give it to them at least.
Dude, and it gave me a bunch of plates.
I forgot that whenever I was getting 99 wood cutting, I just dropped all the logs that I got.
So ridiculous. No, I don't know how that would work. I think I could see like collateral if you wanted to avoid the GE tax or something. If like you for instance, like maybe if something's worth 100 mil and you had to like collateral like anything over 100 mil, so like give them a T-bow and they're like we won't charge you tax, just use it and then we'll like trade it back or something like that.
Okay.
Because I mean, that's like kind of like a weird thing that exists now, where it's like you trade your friend and hopefully they don't like steal your item or something like that. So I guess like if there's like a collateral loan system, maybe that would be interesting. But I don't know about a regular loan system because like there's no leverage there like besides them deleting your account.
I like the idea of collateral rather than trusting your homies.
Yeah,
But the other ones, I think it's a little bit too much because banking is something that you do alone. It's something that I think should be simple. just having access to your bank. It'd be nice, there's some bonuses like you sound like you can just go get them when you're not at the bank. But I think banks are good as they are right now, honestly.
Yeah. I think it would, I don't know if it'd be better. I think potentially it'd be more interesting if there were like, in your example, I think there's three banks. And if like each of those banks were separate economies. So
Oh.
like if you're like, oh, I need 1,000 wood, but there's no wood on here because all the wood people sell on this other one, so I'll go there. Or I was even thinking like, yeah, I mean, that's kind of like a whatever idea, but I was thinking it's kind of cool because they have a system like that and does interact with it kind of in Black Desert, and I do think it's really interesting, where if you control an area, then you get tax benefits,
Oh.
and it's actually really important in Black Desert.
So if you use a certain bank, you get tax benefits?
Yeah, but the thing is, you have to control that area, and in order to control that area, you have to battle for it, like guild versus guild or clan versus clan, and whoever wins in the PvP deathmatch that is taking over that region, then you own that region and you get those tax benefits.
That would just lead to like gambling issues, probably.
How?
If it's like you're fighting people, like there'd be like cheating and people betting who would win.
No, it'd be essentially the same as Castle Wars, except whoever won the Castle War, that clan would pay less on like fees to the GE when they traded.
Yeah, but I just think that there'd be cheating if it's something that affects in game like that.
I mean, yeah, but there's already cheating in the game.
I know, I just don't
At
trust
least it'd
people.
be like interesting.
There's
I
gonna
was
be
like,
drama.
yeah, these people are just like cheating for like practically no reason. At least they'd have a reason to cheat it like this. I mean, I don't know. I think it's cool. It's one of the biggest draws of Black Desert. So I
Mm.
think something similar would be interesting. And it also would give you a reason to have like large scale PvP, which doesn't exist in the game currently.
Yeah.
So I think that'd be kind of cool because it in Black Desert usually when two guilds fight each other, there's so many people. If your computer isn't good, it's just like a slideshow. Like there's just so much stuff going on, so many people fighting. It's like 50v50 with like spells and
Oh
stuff.
wow.
So I think that'd be cool just for the combat aspect. But I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, I think overall it'd be too much for me, but I don't know if that's just my lack of creativity and imagination
Yeah, it
speaking
probably
for
is.
me.
I mean, you're kind of boring.
Next up is a one last RuneScape question from Harger. Then we have one in real life. So, thoughts on a new item, the Taibo Wowenai spellbook. After beating a runecrafting themed quest set in Taibo Wowenai, you can craft your own spellbook consisting of 10 spells from any spellbook. When you hold this book like a god book, you can cast the spells. You can only cast them while wielding the book.
While weeding the book.
I actually like this, but I don't think it should be 10 spells. I think it should be a lot less. Maybe 5, because otherwise it's too busted and you would never switch spell books.
I kind of agree.
I think 10's too much.
I think it would be cool if it was 10 potentially,
Yeah.
but I think specifically it should be limited in such a way that it's like a very, very decided decision.
Oh, so like
Like,
3 tellies, 3 combat, 3 utility.
like maybe you'll put like all the I don't know how it works for the Arceus spellbook, but just because I know the normal spellbook the best. For example, like all the spells between levels 10 and 20, you can pick like I don't know, like 5 from there or something or 10 to 40, like 5 from there. And then the next tier you can only pick like 4 and then eventually you'll get to like the tier with all the good spells, like quote unquote good spells, and you can only pick one.
Okay. I like that more.
Because then it'd be like, oh, do I want to pick fire blast or whatever's the highest level fire
Or
skill
vengeance or
or
thralls.
vengeance, and then like yeah maybe yeah one like it'd be cool because there would be choice, like there would be like real choice that you actually had to do, and it was like uh either a real pain or impossible to change the spell book.
Yeah. I agree that it needs to have choice. That's why I said 10 is too much because you can basically add
Yeah, I was
anything
like
you possibly need.
10 from everything. You're gonna pick overheads, and then you're gonna pick the strongest spells, and that'll be it.
They're not overheads for spells.
Oh, okay,
You're thinking prayers.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. You're gonna pick thralls, and
yeah.
you're gonna pick vengeance, and
And
you're
then
gonna
all
pick
the tellies you could need.
yeah, whatever tellies you might. I mean, you're probably just gonna use like tablets, so you don't even need tellies really. You're probably just gonna pick like the strongest spells, like entangle,
Yeah.
all those things.
It'd be like the defender in that this is the only offhand anyone would ever use.
Yeah, but like maybe if like you can only pick two of a certain tier, and maybe in that tier you have like entangle and thralls and I don't know whatever else might be in that tier, but it's
Mhm.
like what am I really gonna use? Because then you have to really narrow down what you want.
Yeah, I like something like that. Definitely. We need more choice for it.
Yeah,
But
that'd be
the
cool.
idea in general, not opposed to it.
Yeah, because then if like you had like an option of five of like the lower tier skills, you're like, well, I guess I might as well pick up a teleport because all these other ones kind of suck.
Yeah.
Because everyone's gonna deal with that, so it'd be kind of interesting.
Yeah, I like that. One in real life question before we end, also from Hargrave. I forgot to tell you this earlier because I didn't see it.
It's all good.
What is your favorite movie set in a jungle?
Their answer is very good.
Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom.
Yeah,
And Matt also answered Swiss Army Man.
very. I haven't watched it. I've seen clips. Very weird movie.
They literally said super weird but good. And Harger said, I watched that with my mother. Bad decision.
Yeah, almost immediately you see a man's genitals.
It's fun family bonding.
True.
Favorite movie set in a jungle?
This is very easy for
I
me.
can't even think of any.
Predator 1.
Oh, Predator's good. Predator was good. Fudge. See, I didn't swear. What are some other ones? Help me. I'm thinking like Jumanji. That one just came out. But
Jumanji.
that wasn't that. It
Uh,
was like regular good.
I mean, you could say an
Hmm.
interesting one is The Rundown with The Rock.
I haven't seen that.
That's an okay one. That's in a jungle. Not really a jungle, pretty much just a forest, but I mean, Rambo.
Lord
Or
of the Rings.
you could say the newer Rambo. That one's pretty much in a jungle.
I like movies like that with the
Action movies. Yeah,
I
we get it.
like action movies, but not like when it's I don't know, the big dude is the only character. It's too
Is
boring.
there any really bad scary movies you watched recently that are
I'm trying to
maybe
think.
they're in a jungle?
Anaconda.
Anaconda,
That movie
dude,
scared
with
me.
Ice Cube.
I don't know. I watched it when I was a little kid, back when I used to not like scary movies, and it really scared me.
I
And
forget.
I've not seen it as an adult.
I legitimately forget whether it's Ice T or Ice Cube that's in
Is there an ice in
Anaconda.
it?
I am almost certain one of the ices are in it.
I don't know. I'm trying to think of anything like I don't know why I keep thinking of Jumanji. I mean, the old Jumanji was pretty good. I could just say that, I guess.
Ice Cube.
Ice Cube is
I
in
told
Jumanji.
you. And J Lo
And Danny Trejo.
and John Voight, dude. Stacked
Owen
cast.
Wilson.
Stacked
Why is
cast.
everyone in this movie?
Absolutely
What
stacked.
is this cast?
Yeah,
Should we watch this movie? Okay.
it's a terrible movie. Go ahead.
Okay.
It's right up your alley.
What?
Made in '97. Shout out.
Will you like look up movies in jungle for me right now? What I
Okay.
think.
Movies
Listen.
in jungles.
Thank you. There's
The
some
jungle.
kid movie I'm thinking of. Oh, it's a forest I was thinking of.
My backup
Oh,
pick.
Jurassic Park.
Oh, okay.
That's a good one.
Yeah. My backup pick is Ong Bak.
I've never seen that. What's that?
Such a good movie,
What kind of
dude.
movie is that?
It's a movie about like this guy. Okay, Ong Bak. It's about a guy.
Muay Thai warrior.
He's a Muay Thai warrior, and he is just a complete animal. There's another movie similarly that you might like because of the premise. It's I think The Protector, same character, Tony Jaa. He's one of the best.
Action actors.
No, in specifically in the Muay Thai genre, he's one of the best.
Oh, he actually like practices it.
Yeah, he's actually a
Oh,
martial
that's cool.
artist, and the Protector has one of the longest one takes in film, which is really cool. He goes up like a 5-story building all in one take, no cuts,
Mhm.
just beating people up, and it's cool because he's a protector because he's protecting an elephant, and the elephant gets taken, and he goes to like these exotic illegal food markets to find it and stuff. And
Jeez.
very, very good films. Very good actor. I'd
That just sounds
recommend
really good.
watching all of his films.
We could recommend watching that on Saturday for movie night.
Yeah,
It's on Discord.
yeah. These are really, really good movies.
That's a good one. I think I'll just go Jurassic Park for mine because it's honestly one of the few I even recognize from the list that we're looking at.
True. There is a lot of
What is this kids movie? I'm thinking of a kids
Journey
movie.
to the Center of the Earth, dude.
No, but there is a kids movie I'm thinking about. Like, it's some guy in the jungle.
The
What is
Jungle
it?
Book,
I
Mowgli,
cannot think. The Jungle
Tarzan,
Book was good.
the original cartoon
Tarzan,
Tarzan.
pretty good. Love Tarzan.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go Jurassic
See
Park.
the rundown.
Nice. Cool.
But yeah, that's it. Let us know what your favorite jungle movie is,
Yeah.
and if it
He was a
is
good one.
Tropic Thunder, yeah, that's pretty funny. Ace Ventura, that's a good movie. Pet Detective, specifically. Platoon, sad movie. Tears of the Sun, even sadder.
5 different versions of Tarzan.
Yeah,
Way more than 5.
infinity kinds. But that's gonna be about it. So, where can they find us?
Yeah, you could find me on Twitter and TikTok at Bunebapeosrs or on YouTube, Twitch, and Instagram at just Bunebape. Reminder, I'm going to be fundraising every Friday night US time, so early Saturday if you're in the EU or Australia, and I'll be doing like special fundraising streams and I'm dressing up in cosplays every week. So come hang out, help me raise money if you're feeling generous, or just come boss with me if you're not feeling generous.
True.
Or if you just don't have money, which is obviously understandable to me. But come hang out with me. We've been doing raids and I've been doing a lot of CAs, so stop on by.
Yep. So thanks again for listening. Hope you all enjoyed it, and we'll see you all.
Very soon.
Bye
Bye
bye.
bye.